Is your roadmap to a U.S. green card about to change dramatically? If you're an investor eyeing the EB-5 Visa program as your gateway to permanent residency in the United States, 2025 may be the year everything shifts. The U.S. EB-5 Investment Visa program, long considered a premium pathway for wealthy global investors, is undergoing a significant transformation. This isn't just another update, it's potentially the biggest change to the program in over a decade. In this video, we're diving deep into the complexities of the EB-5 program as it stands in 2025. We'll walk you through the newest updates, policy changes, and forecasted trends, giving you the clarity you need to make informed decisions about your future in the United States. Let's begin by understanding what the EB-5 visa is and who it's for. The EB-5 program was created to stimulate the U.S. economy through job creation and capital investment by foreign investors. In exchange for investing a certain amount of money into a U.S.-based commercial enterprise that creates at least 10 full-time jobs for Americans' workers, investors and their immediate families can obtain lawful permanent residence, also known as a green card. There are currently two minimum investment thresholds: $800,000 for projects located in a targeted employment area, TEA, which includes rural areas and places with high unemployment, and $1,050,000 for projects outside of TEAs. While the basic premise has remained the same, everything around it, processing times, investor risk, government oversight, has been shifting rapidly. The game really changed in 2022 with the passing of the EB5 Reform and Integrity Act. This legislation reauthorized the EB5 Regional Center program and introduced a host of new rules designed to increase transparency, reduce fraud, and provide better protection for investors. Now, in 2025, the full effects of that law are being felt. The U.S. government, particularly USCIS, has enhanced its authority to regulate regional centers, audit projects, and crack down on bad actors. If you're an investor coming in now, your process is going to look very different from someone who filed just a few years ago. One of the most pressing concerns in 2025 is the potential increase in the required investment amounts. Although the 2022 Act set the investment minimums at $800,000 and $1,050,000, inflation and political pressure are pushing lawmakers to reevaluate these figures. There's serious discussion in Congress about increasing the TEA threshold to $900,000 or even $1 million and raising the standard investment amount to somewhere around $1.2 million, $1.5 million. While nothing has been finalized, it's clear that investors waiting on the sidelines could soon face a higher price tag. If you're considering the EB-5 visa, now may be the smartest time to act, before the numbers go up again. But it's not just about the money. Another major challenge is processing time. As of mid-2025, EB-5 petitions, especially Form 1 in 5 26E, which initiates the investor's application, can take anywhere from 18 to 36 months to process. And that's just the beginning. If you're from a country with a high volume of EB-5 applicants, like China or India, you may face even longer delays due to visa retrogression. That's where the U.S. government limits the number of visas issued per country per year, leading to years-long backlogs for certain nationalities. However, there is a silver lining. One of the most exciting developments from the 2022 legislation is the priority given to rural TEA projects. Investors who place their money in rural areas now benefit from faster processing and reserved visa numbers. This means that, for the first time in years, there's a realistic way to speed up your green card journey, if you choose the right project. That brings us to regional centers. the third pillar of the EB5 program and one of the biggest sources of investor risk. A regional center is essentially a government-approved organization that pools EB5 capital for development projects. While many regional centers are legitimate and effective, others have been involved in fraud, mismanagement, or simply failed to deliver the promised job creation. That's why the new integrity rules are so important. Under the EB5 Reform and Integrity Act, regional centers are now required to submit audited financial statements, use third-party fund administrators, and comply with strict reporting standards. They're also subject to random audits and background checks. For investors, this means that due diligence has never been more critical. You need to investigate the regional center thoroughly. Look into their past performance, legal compliance, and the specifics of the project you're investing in. So how do you move forward in this complicated environment? Let's talk strategy. First, if you've already selected a project and are financially prepared, you should consider filing your petition now. Waiting could mean paying a higher investment amount or dealing with new bureaucratic hurdles. Second, seriously consider rural TEA projects. These offer not only faster processing, but also lower chances of visa retrogression. Third, use independent analysts, immigration lawyers, and financial advisors to thoroughly vet any regional center or project before sending a dollar. The glossy brochures and flashy websites won't protect your investment. Only evidence-backed due diligence will. Fourth, think about your backup plan. EB5 is not the only path to the U.S. For some applicants, an E2 treaty investor visa or even an L1 intracompany transfer visa might offer a faster or less expensive route. These options don't lead directly to a green card, but they can provide legal residence while you wait out EB5 processing. Finally, make sure your legal team is up to the task. EB5 is now a highly technical immigration process that intersects with U.S. securities laws. You don't just need an immigration attorney. You need someone who understands business law, compliance, and investment structuring. Now let's talk future implications. If you're from a country with no current visa backlog, like many European or Middle Eastern countries, EB5 can still be one of the fastest ways to secure U.S. permanent residency for you and your family. Your spouse and unmarried children under 21 will all receive green cards as derivative beneficiaries. You'll be able to live, work, and study anywhere in the United States. And after 5 years as a green card holder, you can apply for U.S. citizenship. But the clock starts ticking only once you get your conditional green card, which can take years depending on your case. So the sooner you start, the better your chances of reaching your goals before further restrictions or political changes occur. On the flip side, if you're already in the EB5 process and facing long delays, make sure to stay on top of all USCIS communications. Respond to requests for evidence promptly. Ensure your address is up to date and keep your immigration attorney informed of any changes in your circumstances. If your child is close to turning 21, you'll also want to explore protections under the Child Status Protection Act, CSPA, to make sure they remain eligible as dependents. Remember, immigration policy is fluid, and staying informed can mean the difference between success and heartbreak. Let's wrap things up. The EB5 Investment Visa Program remains one of the most powerful tools for investors looking to immigrate to the United States. It allows for family-based immigration, flexibility in where you live and work, and a clear path to citizenship. But as we've seen, it's not without its complexities. In 2025, changes to investment thresholds, processing priorities, and regulatory compliance are all shaking up the system. If you want to succeed, you need to act strategically. Do your homework, surround yourself with experts, and consider acting now before the window of opportunity narrows further. Thank you for watching this deep dive into the EB5 visa landscape in 2025. If you found this video helpful, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for the latest updates on U.S. immigration, investment strategies, and visa policy news. If you have questions, drop them in the comments. We'd love to hear from you and might even create a future video based on your input. And if you're currently navigating the EB5 process, share your experience with the community below. You're not alone, and together, we can make smarter, safer immigration decisions. Your journey to the American dream is still possible, but only if you plan wisely and act now.